So, hello and welcome to the channel The Wounded Healer. My name is Andreas. Today I was gonna talk a little bit about trauma, how I see trauma, and once you learn to see everything in the world, how people are and what's happening and everything in a kind of a trauma spectrum or filter everything to trauma, everything makes a lot more sense. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about how I perceive that, how you can think about trauma and yeah, just to learn about trauma a little bit. So first of all, I wanted to start talking. I can't fit in the camera here, but I will just work on this anyway. So yeah, first of I just wanted to start a little bit with a quick review about the mind, body, and soul. So I reckon that about 1/3 is the mind and 1/3 is the body and 1/3 is the soul when it comes to mental health and just overall health here. So we're a lot in the mind and we're well aware of the body, but today unfortunately 1/3 is often missing, and that is the soul part. So that is also a big, huge part that everything is quite effed up in the world today. We are missing the souls. We are giving our souls away for free, or we are not even interested in the soul part. We think that we are better off without that, which is yeah, again, why everything is quite messed up. So so yeah, the mind, our thoughts is a big part of our life, and that is something that we constantly are fed with. So how are your thoughts about yourself? Are your thoughts about yourself true, or are they false? Are the thoughts limiting yourself on how you're living your life? The body is our home that carries us through life, so make sure it gets everything it needs. Everything from motion to nutritional food. What kind of exercise and diet are you feeling well of? Find your kind of movement and the diet that makes you feel well instead of fitting into what someone else says, or yeah, you gotta work with the flow, with the current here, and not swimming upstreams. So why make it so difficult? Like for I had a period, for example, where I was running a lot, and even though I don't like it particularly much, I did it, and so why not do something more that I like riding a bike or even dancing or something. So yeah, it's connected with the soul as well. Do stuff that you like instead of making life boring. Yeah, it's supposed to be joyful, full of love and happiness. Yes, so here is where we can do a lot of trauma work and mental health work, and just for everyone to feel good and and here is where we evolve as a human species. So there is a questions about the soul. Who are you? Who are you deep in there? What makes you feel good? What are your dreams? Make sure to regularly take the time and connect with the soul, connect inwards. Perhaps you can have a self-love once a week, or write every day, or give yourself time to land and to feel good afterwards. Yeah, it's just about all the things that makes you feel good. For me today, it means drinking my coffee 1.5 hours in the mornings. that's an excellent start for me. Yeah. So the trauma filter from 1 to 100 here. Let's say that we develop complex PTSD here at 100, or maybe at 80. It doesn't matter. So everything that happens on the trauma spectrum, it fills up the timeline, or not the timeline, but it fills up from 0 to 100 here. It starts, I'm just gonna give a few examples, and you will soon catch the idea here, and you can fill up with your own trauma timeline here. That's actually a good pointer, a good start to treat your complex PTSD here, is to recognize that you actually might have a lot of trauma. We're not thinking about trauma that way. We're just at least I was totally unaware of all the trauma that we have, because we don't think about trauma. We just shove our feelings down the basement. And once you recognize everyone has trauma, no one is at 0. Yeah, you can. It starts on with the birth, like you're getting here. You are in a safe wound here. Everything is safe, and perfect temperature, and nice and quiet, and then you get a traumatic experience where you have to fit your head is too tight and just come out to that cold world there. Maybe they even grip your head with some plier and force you out, and it, of course, also trauma for the women, needless to say. But well, not needless to say, but yeah. So trauma already starts at birth. Yeah. And yeah, you can, on the topic of the birthplace, you can also, like I said, the women, they will get trauma there, and also, and I've actually heard about this myself, even here in Sweden, so it's quite common, I guess, with the racist part, where the nurses can be racist and not give you the kind of care that you need. That could be your trauma. Moving on, like it might sound ridiculous to you, but you can maybe drop something, a heavy like a kitchen, like a mortal. I don't know if that's the same in English, but you drop something heavy in the kitchen on your foot, for example, and that could make a trauma. And the interesting thing is here, like for one person, that trauma is it's you can't even see it on the scale probably here, and for the next person, it's over here. So the trauma is different from person to person. Nothing is the same. It depends how you experience that trauma. Yeah. So here you get a car accident. Here you get you can get raped. That is not uncommon, especially amongst women. So what are we doing to our women? It's crazy. It's crazy, and this is part of the male toxicity that we have. It's if you think about yin and yang. Oh. The yin and yang, it should be equal female, male energies. So when we have all male, that is when things turn to get messed up. You should always look for balance. So yeah, you can get raped by either a stranger or even within families. Yeah, it's not it happens. It's way too common. Once you start hearing those stories, you get surprised. Yeah, moving on. So just a bunch of all this trauma happening. You can have someone bully you, in school or on the workplace, or it can be just a small word someone says that really hits your soul, unfortunately, in a bad place, and that could accelerate and give you even anorexia. So one thing could also lead to another. Yeah, just working your way up here, you can start to, it's like it could develop, like if you think of a circle, you see it's flat now, but if you it can be a circle downwards where your health is just spiraling down here. So you need to start climbing up that spiral instead, and you do that by self-love for sure. Anyways, so yeah, a lot of bad things has happened once you reach here, and you probably wouldn't see C-ptsd happens here then. So maybe for sure, if you had a bad childhood, then you're gonna move here much faster. Whilst if you had a good childhood and nurturing parents and no bullying in school or whatever, a lot of these trauma wouldn't be that significant, and you would be here instead not developing complex PTSD. And for sure, as a male in the mailbox, the complex PTSD will lead to all other kinds of diseases, like when you feel like you're not like you're unworthy of love, or you get some self-hatred, and yeah, and then you don't care much about yourself. So I, for instance, got diabetes, where I worked way too much, and I was just thinking about the stuff that I wanted to acquire, and I just thought that I had to work myself to death, because I didn't see any other solution at the moment. Yeah, so just overworking is a classic example where you feel that you are not worthy of getting rest, or that, and that combined with bad eating habits, like all the stress, and all the stress also makes you eat bad, because you haven't got the time to make proper food, to prepare proper food, and so on. So yeah, just the bad spiral going down. So you have to start moving up that spiral instead, by self-love. And what I noticed was what I was talking about earlier. The soul part was clearly missing, and what happens is when this goes too far here on that scale, is that eventually you're gonna break down. So that is what we call going through the dark night of the soul. So I've been doing that for over 20 years, 25 years, something. So I've been very, very stubborn to stay in the mind, body, and not caring about the soul there. Been very stubborn, and that is what we teach us today, or actually rather, that is what no one teaches you about the soul today. And make no mistake, that is no mistake that no one educates you on that, because we make for good slaves in the system, when we don't have any self-love, or we don't care about. So we are actually working for those that don't want us to evolve. We are working we are doing good job for those that don't want to develop. They just want to suck the energy from others. Money is energy, yeah. So we're giving away our souls by not tending to them. So it's really, really weird for me that we're not teaching the kids how to take care of the soul. Like we're forcing them to go to school for, I don't know, seems like forever. Seems like you don't ever get out of school. Even when you're done with school, you have to go to school for the job you're in. And they all say that yeah, it's like should be a good idea. We're all on board of that. That is a genius idea. But what I see is that we just wasting our time a lot. Like I was in a meeting here, and we were 7 people, and 3 of these people at least were just extra heads in the meeting there. Like they had nothing to do there at all. They feel no purpose whatsoever, and a couple more that barely had any purpose in that meeting at all. And then you had a couple, 3 persons actually that had some purpose. And then I heard one of the guys there saying like, we have to do this. I don't know how many times he said that, and it's just so weird to me that we had that meeting, and that he pushed himself so hard for everything that he had to do. That was all man-made up bullshit and rules that didn't need to exist. It's just keeping us in the matrix here. So yeah, basically what I saw him doing, exhausting himself because of bullshit rules that are just designed to make us work without any purpose whatsoever. Just total bullshit. So yeah, to sum it up, there was a meeting with 7 people that should have been an email or even a text. Like, I need this from you guys. Can you make it happen? It's what I need. So and I got it from that meeting, or it wasn't for me, but it doesn't matter. So we spent all the time, like 1 hour, and 7 people, so that was 7 hours just wasted, just plummeted, just gone to shit, where we could have actually gotten real things done. That should have been just a simple text, like 1 sentence. This is what I need, blah 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 blah. Can I get it? Yes or no? And answer yes. Done. So we are traumatizing ourselves with the overload of bullshit, meaningless work. I don't know how many meetings I've been to that has just been total bullshit. Anyways, that was about the meeting. We Swedes, we love the meeting. We gotta have a meeting about everything. Yes, communication is good, and it's often key, but when it just boils down to bullshit rules and regulations and just wasting time, that is when I get a bit allergic. So yeah. Now this is just the regular stuff, and you can imagine what it does too with wars, and I will pause here. So yeah, on the topic of war, so yeah, just let me finish that. I was having a thought here in my mind about the soul part. So when I was like really sick in that complex PTSD, and I was on a forum sometimes, and I shared my findings, or I shared some of my journey there. So I noticed when I began to develop the soul part there that some people got really upset and didn't like me talking about that, and how can I talk about that. They got stuck in the victim mood, like they are all a victim to the circumstances, and Yeah, but the difference is like uh, I am I found the spirit part, the spiritual, the soul part, and I am actually well now. I still have that diabetes, and I still have a bad immune system, but everything, the mental part and everything is really good. So I got well, and while the people here that only have 2/3 where I am full, so they continue to suffer. So yeah, I think that is the difference. Uh, I accept that you are here, and that is. But if you want to get truly well, you have to bring the soul part with you. There is no question for me in my mind. Yeah. So about the war, then it's a, I mean, it's a total same principle. What happens with a war? Everything that happens, you get traumatized. Here, you get a grenade falls down with you. That is supposed to be a grenade, but I don't know what it looks like. Don't matter. So you see your friends dying. You have to shoot someone. Just every day happens. Horrible, traumatizing stuff. Just living your life in a war just traumatize you every day. So no wonder that a huge amount of people get traumatized and get PTSD and complex PTSD. You're being told to do stuff that you really don't want to, and you have to keep telling yourself lies, so you're not in the soul, you're not living your purpose, you're on the contrary living against your purpose. And what happens is where this is when you bring in the spiritual thinking about this, then I can tell you that we're all one. Like we are all. The idea is that we are all ourselves. So this is I am. This is creation. This is source. This is God. Whatever name you have on it, Allah, whatever. It's all the same. So you got. So there is a connection from here to you, and you are a part of the universe that is out here. That is you, and that is everyone. So we're all connected. Yeah, you get the idea. So what we're doing is we are killing a part of ourselves when we're doing war. So it's like no wonder that we get traumatized when you're killing yourself. That's how I see it. Like you're cutting off an arm of yourself when you make wars on others. So it's just weird that we haven't evolved beyond that. Yes. So, but also in the spiritual mind, like you shouldn't kill others. Of course, that is against the whole idea of the spiritual. We are here to experience Earth. We are not here to kill others. We're here to dream up the dreams. It should be playful. It should be fun. It's just a time on Earth. isn't suppose we why do we make it so hard? Like there is no point. It should be fun and playful. Like I said, it could be a paradise on earth if it depends on what we dream. If we dream up, we so yeah. So I'm gonna try to sum it up here. But what I wanted to say is also that um, I don't let war and death and that bring me down too much, because I have been to that other side where we say death, but there is actually no death. It's the in between life, or it's actually the real life is how I see it. The in between lives is more what we have here on earth, where we reincarnate. So yeah, we die and we come to heaven, and there we spend time there, and also what we do is we plan for the next life. That is how that is what I have learned. And you can watch this from any near death NDU NDE, what is it called, near death experience, NDE. You can watch any video about that on YouTube, and you will see that yeah, that is what everyone pretty much experiences. So, and that's why I don't let that bring me down. The thought about death is not scary to me anymore. When you have that insight, like I said, I've been there myself, and it's just it's pure love. So I'm not worried, but it doesn't mean that we should kill each other. We should honor this time on earth. It's an experience. It's a school where you should learn stuff, and you should evolve, and you should look for joy, peace, love, happiness, and all of that. Not getting into the lower vibrations and frequencies. So work on yourself, develop yourself, always try to better yourself, and therefore you will make a better life for anyone, for everyone here. It starts with you, and you just spread those frequencies, and when you become love and joy and happiness, you spread that everywhere. Yeah. So yeah, that is my thoughts on the trauma spectrum. Once you see that, I could also add about the prisons, where you see that people in those low vibration, those low frequencies, what we're doing, we should give them care. We should look after them, and what we're doing is we just give them more and more trauma. So that is quite horrible. We should of course give them opportunities to grow and to get out of that trauma. That is how we make the world better, when everyone raises their vibrations. Yeah. Also, I forgot to mention about this whole war thing. Like, we had it in my family as well, and someone when I was discussing that, I had a guy that thought I was seeking attention or something, but I wanted just to have my message come across here, that what happens is that you also get these traumas embedded in your genes, or you inherit it for the next generation. So I've heard the number like 3 generations is what it takes to get over war, and it gets in your DNA. You inherit it. but there is actually research done that it can exist up to 10 generations. So what no, my god, I don't know what happened 10 generations ago. Like I have no idea who these people were and what happened to them, and that can affect me today, and that could enhance my possibility to get complex PTSD like with a lot. So that is also why we have to break the trauma, and where we have to be nicer to each other and just stop inflicting trauma. So I could recommend Gabor Mate, When the Body Says No, and he's also done another one with his son, which might even be better. It's a lot easier to comprehend, that one, and it takes a really holistic perspective on the mind, body, and soul thing that we've been talking about here. Yeah, and then I'm gonna sum it up with the soul spirit part here. Is that also what I was talking about is the many lives that we lived on earth that also inflicts trauma on you, like, and that has helped me a lot when I was working quite methodically with my complex PTSD here, checking the boxes and looking for trauma and everything, but didn't feel quite quite satisfied with that. I still had stuff that didn't make sense. So then I learned how to look into past lives, and that was when, oh yeah, that made sense. Like, I've had huge trauma, and most of us has it. So whenever there is, if you've done the homework on the complex PTSD and still not getting the results we want, that is past with past lives regression or hypnosis, or learning about that. In some ways there is a lot of different ways to learn about that, so that can be super helpful actually, once you just remember that, or even get the facts, like, yeah, that makes so much sense about why I am the way I am, or why I have the problems that I have. So that was all I had about the trauma. Yeah, so if you like the content, if you got helped in any way, or just resonated with it, please push the like button, or you're welcome to subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much for watching, and remember, you are so loved, so incredibly loved, that you have absolutely no idea. Okay, bye bye, see ya.